All right, we are officially recording. Y'all, you don't know who I am. I'm Melissa Batt, your upline, and I'm super excited to have you guys here while we talk about branding. This is something that I have been doing very intentionally over the last year, probably year and a half, and I'm just getting like even more intentional with it now. And I want to teach you guys some of the things I'm doing because I do truly believe it's setting me apart, and it's very beneficial for my business and helping me get in front of new people. Some people, right off the bat, I will tell you, some people want to have home parties and just do home parties. That's okay. You can do that. If you want to only do Facebook parties, that's okay. You can do that. If you only want to do vendor events, that's okay. You can do that. If you only want to do fundraisers, that's okay. You can do that. You can run this business however you want. You can sell the product or you can have the parties, however you want to run the business. That's a question that you have to kind of get still and listen to, like, that inner voice to be like, what do I want to do with this business? You know, for me, I know that it's about, I want to make a positive impact on women. And it's not even necessarily about the products anymore for me. It is really about believing in a mission, believing in Cindy, and believing in you guys, and using this business as a way to serve others. That's my mission. And so when you get aligned with your mission, it makes it a lot easier to kind of see, like, hey, how can I do this, right? And so this is what I want to tell you. You get to decide how you want to attract new people, but you should always have new people coming into your business, new people coming into your VIP group, new people friend requesting you. Now, listen, I didn't say you friend requesting a ton of people. If it's authentic and you really want to get to know them, great, but do not be like some of those other girls from other companies who are going and just friend requesting all these people and then messaging them saying, buy my stuff. I wouldn't do that. I think it's gross and I don't encourage that. But I do want to encourage you to put value out there, whether it's in person or online or however you want to, so that people want to be friends with you. I want you to start thinking about, like, you're the expert in what your story is. And if I had it my way, every single one of you has a story, and you would use that story to serve people and bring people in to your business. They would want to join you, not only to recruit, but they want to join you for parties. They'd want to buy from you, like all of those things, because people do business with people they like, know, and trust. Am I right? Yes. Mm-hmm. So for me, I'm new to this area. I'm an introvert. I will eventually, because I know I'm ready for this step, go out and like join some boards, you know, like do, I think I'll probably join, what is that? The business, you know, every town seems to have one. I can't remember what it's called, but you know, that organization where all the businesses come together. I will, what'd you say? I thought one of y'all said something. Your screen just lit up. Okay, so anyways, I'll join some of those organizations because that's going to help me get in front of the right people to do more things. I now know that for me personally, I don't want to focus on partying. I want to focus on giving back and having fun and fundraisers. So it's how I'm going to start selling and working my business. Then I have to show up in certain areas so people will see me as the leading expert doing those things, right? People, like, I feel like a lot of the time, and I was the same, we feel like people just know we do fundraisers, right? Or they just know we sell bags and they'll just come to us when they want to. But unfortunately, that's not how it works because people are busy and you have to constantly be putting yourself out there one way or another, in person or online, to get people to you and want to work with you. I'm going to mute you, okay, Wendy?
Yes, I'm sorry.
That's okay. You can unmute yourself if you have questions, okay? Or raise your hand and I'll unmute you if you can't figure out how to unmute it. All right, so does that make sense so far? Are y'all with me? Okay, so I want you to think about your life and how you can show up. Do you want to do in person or do you want to do online? That's the first question you need to ask. And I guess before that, you have to ask, are you willing to do this? I'm assuming if you're on this training, you're willing to do that. Can we all agree you're willing? You're willing to start working to brand yourself to improve your business, right? Are we all ready for that? Okay, so if you're ready to have a stronger business, then the next question is, all right, I'm getting like all kinds of messages, like my watch, my phone, blah, blah. Okay. You have to make that decision how you're going to show up. Once you know that you're willing to show up, you have to ask yourself, okay, do I want to really have an online presence or an in-person presence? You can focus on both at the same time if you want to, if you're comfortable with that. But for me, like I had to focus on one or the other. It depends on what you're already doing. I think if you're already showing up really, really well in one, you might be able to go on and add the other one. But I'm just guessing that some of y'all really might be struggling with how to position yourself in both of those areas so that you can start showing up differently for people to recognize you without you holding a big old neon sign that says, I'm bags, you know? So, am I right to assume that y'all probably need to start with one versus both at the same time? So if you're gonna focus on in-person, all right, you want to do a lot of in-person things. Example, maybe you're not super tech savvy, you're not really comfortable putting yourself out there, you are a more private person, you wanna make like big conversations, which is weird for me because I'm an introvert and in-person seems way more uncomfortable than socially doing it, but you know, it's whatever is right for you. All right, so if you're gonna do that, here's some ways for you to show up. You could show up at vendor events, get involved in your community. Figure out something you're passionate about and put yourself out there. It doesn't have to take a lot of time. I know that's the biggest question that I think like where people want to hesitate is they're like, I don't even have time to sell bags. How do you want me to get more involved in my community, right? There are things that you can do really to put yourself out there without spending a lot of time. I also feel like it's easier to do online versus in person for me because of time sakes. I don't have a lot of time to go show up in person, so I'm starting online. It's a lot easier for me just to show up and post something and do some hashtags, that kind of thing, versus drive 30 minutes, sit for 2 hours, you know, listen to a bunch of bull crap and people trying to schmooze people. Like, they're not all like that, but I feel like a lot of them are, and have no desire to do that, but I know that for me to go to where I want to go, I will eventually have to do that. So now socially, right? Like online, how can you show up? I think that's everyone's question, right? Like, how can I show up online and really create a social media presence for my business? I want you to think about your life. Every single, okay, that is building relationships, not schmoozing, that says it is, but a lot of the people, I feel like they really are schmoozing. They're kissing butt to certain people, and I mean, I can read it about a mile away, like I can see it play out. Some people really do have genuine relationships, I'll give them that, but a lot of them do not. Kimberly, hey, you look so cute. Girl. Okay, so if you're going to show up online, we're going to focus there. I already told you a little bit about in person showing up. So if you're going to focus online, here's what I want you to think about. Like, what are you good at? What do you love doing? Stop, like take 31 out of it completely. What are you good at? What do you like doing? Okay. I feel like everyone gets like this mixed message because you think, well, how do I apply it to bags? And when I first started thinking about this and heard like join a couple of Facebook groups and give value, I missed the give the value part. And so I legit joined a Bravo Real Housewives group and a Bachelor group because I thought like a reality TV group, because I love reality TV. I was like, okay, I'm going to join these groups. And, you know, and I was like, no, because that's not something I'm passionate about. I watch it sometimes, but not as much now as what I did when I originally started doing this. So I want you to think about what these 3 questions. Number 1, if you were to have to get on stage and talk about something that you were passionate about, you wouldn't have to write it down. You just get up there and talk about it. What would you talk about? Anyone want to give me an idea? Give me an example. Who wants to be brave? What could you get up and do a 10-minute talk on? Stephanie Owen says abuse. Anyone else want to share? Building relationships. Okay, anyone else? So those, type 1 diabetes, no joke, or sales, yes. So, okay, or loyalty, that's really good too. Okay, so those things, let's take diabetes, for instance. Someone said that, and I'll give an example for abuse as well. So Colleen that said diabetes. So for diabetes, there are so many things that you can champion around to really get the word out, get people talking about it, educating on it. I'm sure there's more, but diabetes isn't something I'm super familiar with, but I'm sure you can think of something. You could probably join some Facebook groups that are about diabetes. Like, is it for kids? Is it for like how to manage it? All of those things, right? So that could be something that you start positioning yourself towards, like showing up in those groups to give some value. And you can also like maybe, let's say it's kids, okay? So maybe instead of niching it down, that's the word that most people use. Niche is like you want to niche it down and get as deep as you possibly can. So maybe instead of like you just focusing on diabetes, if it's diabetes in a kid, for instance, maybe you talk about, you get into some parenting groups. So you can encourage the mamas who are struggling with their child who has diabetes, you know, like different tips, different, you know, I feel like doing that for me seems like super natural for someone who has a kid that's doing that. You guys need that community. You need people to you need brainstorming ideas, like all that stuff. Sexual abuse, again, I think Stephanie said that. So if you were talking about that, there's all kinds of things you can, like you can get in some awareness groups, you can get in just places where you can share your story and encourage others. Because my guess is you would want to encourage others who are similar in that place. And so you just show up. And this is how easy it is, okay? You set a timer for 10 minutes. You go into the groups that find value, and some of the groups you join may not have value. And it's not all groups, by the way. You can do this so many different places. I'm just giving this as an example. So you go into the groups and you use keywords and search, and you might say somebody who, like in a diabetes group, you might see a word that says help, like you search help. So then you can go in there and you can give your 2 cents. Like you don't want to just comment to be commenting, but you really want to find some post that is going to help you position yourself as like someone who genuinely cares. Because when you have this tied to what you really are passionate about, like you do genuinely care. It's not fake. You genuinely care. you're connected to that, and that can be part of you serving out your greater purpose. I feel like for me, I'll give you an example. Mine are mental health, business, and real talk. Super simple. I have 3, and these are the conversations that I over and over and over I'm looking for and talking about. So all of my posts normally go in those 3 areas. Real talk for me is just anything. It's just being real and transparent and showing behind the scenes of whatever. Business, because I feel like that's what most people come to me for. And mental health, because that's something I'm super passionate about, just getting the word out so people know they're not alone and encouraging them, you know, all of those things. So those are my 3. So I'm in like a Kentucky Moms group. And in that group, I can share on things that I feel like I have value to add in any of those 3 categories. But also at the same time, when someone says, hey, I'm looking for a legit way to make money, then I have a segue. I can be like, well, what do you like doing? I might be able to help you. That this is what I do. And so when you are giving value and the people that show up in the group regularly see your name come up from not a, hey, I am Jennifer and I sell 31, come join my group, you know, like people get annoyed by that if you're not serving value. So I want you to serve value. So then people know you, they want to be your friend. And then what I want you to do is have a business page set up. So when they go to your personal profile, they're going to see that you're a 31 consultant and go like your business page and want to connect with you. I have, I'm in a membership group for business coaching. And I have had probably $300 in sales over the last 2 or 3 months, just because I helped someone with their question about business. They wanted to know how to use an email service that I was familiar with so I could help them answer that question. It had nothing to do with 31, nothing. But I gave them value. I helped them. I took a little bit of time to answer their question. And then they were like, oh, you sell 31? I would love to get me some Christmas gifts. And it really is that simple. So I really want you to see that this, I can't remember what I did on the Monday Live, so you're just gonna have to bear with me. But I feel like I was talking about, if you watched it, I talked about zigging and zagging. When everyone else is zigging, I want to challenge you to zag, because when everyone's going this way, like, you don't want to follow, you want to lead the way. You want to be the person that's like, no, like, this is the way to do this. And that comes with like owning what you're doing, how you're showing up, and serving authentically. And when you're doing those things, you can have this confidence that nobody else could even, like, you can't fake it. People just know it. They can sense it. It's like fumes coming off of you, right? When you're feeling confident and you're showing up authentically. And so I want you guys to think about like 3 different things that you feel you have to offer right now, that you could give tips for and help people with, and really let that be your story. I'm going to give you some examples. Home organization could be one. Baseball moms could be one. Tori's on here. Baseball moms. You know, she's a baseball mom. Her husband's a coach. There's a whole lot of people in that realm. You start showing up in those groups and helping and giving ideas when, like, well, what bat do you think is the best? I don't know what they talk about because my kids don't really play much baseball. But, you know, like, you start showing up and giving value, they're going to know your name and they're going to know what you do. And you can actually start building real, genuine friendships with people that then will want to friend request you. And once they friend request you, you then, like, every so many months, you make sure that you're putting a post out on your main Facebook page that says, hey, join my VIP group because I got something awesome coming up. And so that's kind of what I'm doing, and I'm really seeing it work. Do we have any questions so far? I feel like I'm trying not to overwhelm you, but I can't, like, I don't know y'all well enough to know exactly what you're currently doing. So I don't know if I'm supposed to like start like way up here or if I should back it up about 12 steps. You know what I'm saying? So I don't want to overwhelm you, but I just don't know where I was supposed to start with this. I am getting ready to go into when you sell for another company. So I think that's super important. I think it's something we should talk about. But for now, let me just ask, y'all have any questions? None? I did that good?
Yeah.
I did that good, or I just overwhelmed you so much that you're already shutting down? No. No, you. How does the Facebook biz page differ? Okay, so I would recommend you have a business page. And for the record, I had a business page for a really long time, and I didn't know what I was doing with it. I thought it was supposed to look like everyone else's business page and just be selling. Did you guys know that what you do when you're not selling makes the biggest difference when you are selling? So you should be showing up on a regular basis, even when you're not selling, and giving value and giving things that's going to help other people in one way or another. Beth, I'm going to use you as an example. You said loyalty, building relationships. So like on your business page, which I know is something that you've struggled with because you're like, okay, I got this page. What the heck do I do with it? Because it just doesn't feel right. What if one of the things you started talking about was friendships and how powerful friendships could be? Some people don't even know that. Like, some people have never experienced a really, really close friendship. And so what if you started sharing friendships on a regular basis, like once or twice a week, you talk about relationships and the impact that they've had on your life, or you start sharing stories from other people and relationships that have made a big impact on their life to grow your page that way. Because if you are sharing a story about these two best friends and how both of them were super shy and neither one of them wanted to talk to the other person, but eventually they found a way to have a conversation and now they're like, you know, BFFs, you talk about their story, guess what? They're going to want to share that, right? And so that's going to get you in front of their people, and that's going to grow your page, grow your platform, and get you in front of a new audience. That's just an example.
Right. I think a page is just very uncomfortable.
It is. It's putting yourself out there. That's the first step. Okay. Side note, y'all, I just created the Success Lounge, and everyone who is a consultant on our team can be in it for free. Next month's masterclass is on confidence, because I feel like what it is a confidence issue, and I dealt with it too. I was so scared to put myself out there publicly for everyone to judge. I wasn't, like, the hardest part for me, I think, was I didn't know what my peers would think, and I was like, I didn't want them to be judging me. So that held me back. A closed group is like safe. It's only the people you let in. But what I want to have you do is to see the connection with what you have to say and your voice and what you have to offer. I want you to have so much confidence in what you have to offer that you no longer care what people think, because you're not worried about what people think. You're worried about helping others have this connection and serving them. That makes sense? You know, really, like, it is uncomfortable, but you have to know that, number one, There will be people who judge you. There's people judging you even if you're doing it in a closed group. People will judge you. People will not like you. People will talk about you. I used this example not too long ago. I mean, like, not everyone liked Jesus, right? People talked about him, ridiculed him, made fun of him, judged him, crucified him. Oh, I don't know. So why do we think that we should be any different if Jesus was crucified and talked about and made fun of and everything? Like, it's okay that people don't like us. You're not here for everyone. You are here for a purpose and to serve a certain amount of people, a certain group of people. Some people are going to be your people. Some people are not going to be your people. And that's just the facts. And the sooner you can get over that, the freer you will feel. I know for me, when I first started doing it, I was terrified. Like, I was so terrified about what people would think. But I eventually had to realize that I had something that I needed to get out and help somebody else with sharing my story. And if I'm doing that, like if I'm not doing that on a page, then someone may not see it. And if they don't see it, I'm doing them a disservice. It's not about you, Beth. It's not about you, Brandon. It's not about you, Colleen, Wendy, Heather, Stephanie, Tori, Jennifer. It's about the people that are connected to you. I truly believe, and I think you will all agree as well, I don't want to put on my preachy pants too much tonight, but I truly believe God has put people in front of us that he wants us to be connected to. And if that is the case, like, you need to show up because they're depending on you. And it's kind of selfish if you don't. So I saw a bunch of questions come in, so I'm going to please. Okay. So kids, the good and bad and how that affects them. Wendy, love that. In the Real Talk Tribe, that's something that I started. Again, when you guys, like, some people might look at all that I'm doing and be like, she is all over the place. She has a parenting group. She's a Kentucky moms group. She's got the Real Talk Tribe. She's got her Baddie for Bags. She's business coaching. Like, how the heck is she doing this? They are all funnels, and it's very intentional. In the beginning, I did feel like, okay, like I felt like this is what I was supposed to do, so I did it. And it was messy. I didn't know exactly what I was doing. But now, like, I'm seeing this play out. Real Talk Tribe. Wendy, I don't know if you're in there, but I am so freaking excited. I have someone that does forensic interviews coming to share next month in the Real Talk Tribe and educate parents on signs and what to look for in case there was trauma, and just educate on that whole process. Trying to use my words carefully. But like, how powerful is that? Like, that is what I'm doing in the Real Talk Tribe. And again, that's a funnel for me. I don't sell in there, but people are going to know who I am based on that group. I have a goal of how many I want in the group. I have people coming in, like I have someone coming in talking about marriage this month. Last month was finances. I have someone coming in to talk about divorce. I have someone coming in to talk about sexual abuse and how to heal from it as an adult. I have someone coming in to talk about just balance and mental health. I have someone coming in and talk about how to deal with anxiety. Like, these are all things that is serving other people, but it also, like, they're going to know who I am because I'm going to intentionally show up in that group as well. And again, that's a private group. The business page is like your first piece. It's basically like your business.
Hi.
Mommy,
Woody.
I want popcorn.
You want popcorn?
I muted you, Taylor. Okay, so how does the Facebook Biz page differ? So for me, if you're not in my groups, you can go get in my groups. But you will see that I do things a little bit differently because I am business coaching now. I don't want to talk about 31 on my business page because I don't want people to think that I'm trying to recruit their teams into like my team. So I have to be super careful. But like in my business page, what I might be doing is for you is you're sharing everything about yourself. You have a question, like it's almost like you shut down your personal Facebook page and then everything's coming from your business page, except for like your super personal stuff. I still maintain both of mine pretty well. But my business page like is where I want to put shareable content. Like I want people to get to know me. I want them to start trusting me. And I want to serve them. I want to put out content and value that's worth sharing. So when I put something out there, I want them to see it and be like, ooh, that's me. I'm going to share this. Or, ooh, I know someone. I'm going to share that. Because when it gets shared, that's you getting in front of other people. I don't want to overwhelm you too much. Maybe next month we will do an entire training on social media. Like we did Instagram last month. Maybe we'll do Facebook.
Please.
So that's how the Facebook business page would be, just like more generalized. And then you break it down from there, especially if you sell for more than one thing. Like you want to keep that page completely general. So I will have my 31 group through that really soon. I'm also going to have a Clear the Clutter Club that I'm running totally different. I shared that with you guys. And I'm going to have a bingo club. Totally different than anything I've ever done before. And that's going to be through my business page. But it's using 31 products and that kind of thing as well. All right, so your business page is like everything, and then you can have the groups. So I have my business page, that's like the billboard, and then you have segmented groups for different things. I don't recommend you go from like, you know, start 12 groups tomorrow. It's super overwhelming. I would not, like, baby step it in for sure. But definitely try to think outside the box in that way and how you can serve people giving. I know Tina, she is sharing like minimalist stuff, like how to organize and things like that. Maybe if you're really good in technology, you could share how to use Canva. You could use decorating, give backs, fundraisers. I mean, you name it, like you can share all that stuff on your business page. You should be posting on your business page, if you have one, every day. Every day you post on your business page, at least one time a day. You don't need hashtags on your business page on Facebook. I do think that content matters more than a pretty picture. Real life photos or photos that look like they're real. Like sometimes I use Unsplash. I go to Unsplash, you can get free photos there. So I will use some photos that look like they're real photos, but they're from Unsplash. So like there was a picture of a hammock and it just showed shoes and people would assume it's me sitting in a hammock, but it wasn't me because I can't take that cute of a picture. So like things like that. So lack of confidence stinks. It does. And I really want to help you guys. Like when you guys start feeling confident, you're going to show up differently. The biggest thing I hear is like, I can't find anyone to buy from me. That's a confidence issue more than likely. You're probably not putting yourself out there, positioning yourself in front of people that have money. Because it's probably going to intimidate you. Just guess, you know, or sophisticated people, or, you know, I don't know. I feel like there are some people that have money that are not sophisticated. They're down to earth and I love them. But there are some people that are intimidating. But there are some poor people that are intimidating as well. So, but a lot of the time we equate money with sophistication or uptightness or snobbiness or whatever, and that holds us back. That's a mindset issue that we have to work through, that comes with building your confidence. The best way to build your confidence is start doing. Stop thinking about you and start serving. When you come from a serving place, it doesn't matter if you feel confident or not, because your heart is so in it. You just want to help. You want to serve, because if you don't feel worthy, you know they are worth it, right? That's something I've always struggled with. And as I've struggled with my confidence, it's been super easy for me to focus on helping all of you guys, because I know you are worth it. You are worthy of the time to like build up and encourage and train, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. So if you have to come from a place of serving before you build your confidence, do it. You have a story and you have something out there that the world needs. You have something the world needs. I don't know why it's out there. Okay. What things do you like to do? What you like about yourself? What is your favorite food? Stephanie, tell me what you're talking about with that. Let me know that. Can you elaborate more on what, when, how to use your business page? Let me know if I've already helped you on that, but I will go into it again. You should be posting on your business page every day. And if you think about it, you should have 3 different messages that you're kind of getting out. You're not copying, pasting the same thing, but you have like 3 things that you, like your go-to. You can share memes. Memes are super shareable. That's great. Like that's funny. Like it needs to be funny. It needs to be like, me too. You want to get them to be like, me too. I struggle with that too. Or educational with a tip or something that has helped you. Those are probably the 3 most, or asking a question. So people love to give advice and they love to talk about themselves. So anytime you can ask somebody their opinion, that normally will get good traction. Everything should be, if you can end everything with taking an action step, like tell me your favorite color or whatever, I don't care. You pick something like that, they're more likely to do it. So action is great. You want to give them an action call, a call to action. So hopefully that helps. Great info, we'll finish. Okay, our laptop's dying, here we go. That would be awesome. Okay, so you wanna talk about Facebook, social media next week or next month? I'll do that. Stephanie, those are things I have talked about on my business page. Just give me dimples. Yeah. Stephanie, I'm going to call you out right now and tell you that you have a story. I feel like if you're talking about what you like to eat and like that, that's more surface. I love you enough to tell you that I want you to, like you've been working your business page long enough that I want you to get a little deeper. You don't have to go on and put your whole life story out there right now, but I do think that, you know, asking questions, getting to know other people, and I'm trying to look at what you said. Where's it at? Oh, what things do you like to do? What you like about yourself? What's your favorite food? Yeah. So like there are some things you can recommend things for sure. Like that's a really big thing on Instagram. You should be reminding people what you do, giving them value, pointing them back to something you do every day. This is stories, 3 things. And then 4th is like recommending something like, oh my gosh, I just got these like nail stickers that are not Color Street, but they work just as good and they were on clearance for $2.50 at Walmart. You know, like something like that. These earrings, aren't they cute? They were $4.99 at Joann Fabrics. Like who knew I could get earrings there? And they're super lightweight. That's something that I could be sharing on my Facebook page or social media. You want to give tips, you want to give tricks, you want to ask for opinions. You know, like the last one I did that got a lot of good traction was like, hey, I was going to give you some like really good content, but Emmeline wants me to do her nails. So how about you just share a picture of something you love, something like that. tons of comments because people really like to talk about themselves. So use that. And the other thing is every comment, this is something I'm not very good at, y'all probably know, but every single comment you should be responding to. I've never done that because I'm like, they'll see the comment when, you know, if 5 people say the same thing, I'm not going to answer all 5 and copy and paste. That seems dumb and a waste of time. It seems like they would be like, just scroll up, you'll see the answer, right? But no, because people are busy and you want to make it as easy as possible. And if they took time to comment, you really want to take the time and comment, reply to all of their posts. It doesn't take that long. I'm still working on it. I'm not the best, especially if it's like, yeah. I'm like, okay, thank you. Okay, thank you. Okay, thank you. Like, you know, like I struggle with it. I'm not going to lie. But trying to do better with that. Live videos. I know some of you guys are like, I am not ready to do a live video yet. If you just do a live video with it, the camera faced away from you, do that for now until you're more comfortable being like, you know, public with it towards you. Maybe what you do, and I'm doing this on my Instagram, I'm not doing a very good job of it, but Thursdays I talk about 31. I do 31 Thursdays. So not every day is 31 related, but on Thursdays I will share my favorite product. Or if I can figure out a way to put it in there without it being super salesy. Yeah, so that's a good idea, Heather. Love that. But I just want to encourage you not to be super salesy on your page. You can definitely sell from your page. But I feel like it's really just about using it as a business card. People can share the stuff. You can have albums set up with your products in it, but also have products like with your family or relation, you know, like trips that you've went on. Use it for other things than just the products. That's really what I'm trying to tell you. So, especially because if you are branding yourself, okay, you're branding yourself, not the company. So it's no longer about like Monogram Monday. So selling me, not my product. Yes, Wendy. Yes. You are giving value. You're showing the like, no trust, so people will want to work with you. And it's like, oh yeah, by the way, I have like the perfect gift solutions and would love to help you in that area as well. If you look at like, example, some famous people, celebrities now, they do that FabFitFun box. They're doing a lot of extra stuff. They might write a book, or they might talk about certain vitamins, or you know, the FabFitFun, all that kind of stuff. That's an example of branding yourself versus branding the company. So later you decide, I'm going to write a book. You already have a following, so you can write a book. Don't even shake your head and be like, I ain't ever writing a book. You do not know. There could be a day when you're like, I am writing a dang book. Or maybe you want to pivot and do something else. You want to teach people a different way. Brandy, you do art, right? You did art? Didn't you wasn't you an art major or something? Like, or was that just a like job but not something you're passionate about? I feel like there was some art there.
The teacher was moved to art but didn't have an art degree, and I didn't go back about a year or two ago.
Yeah, but I thought you had the art degree. You didn't have
Nope, I was just given the position, put into the position.
Okay, so Brandy, give me an example of something you're passionate about.
No, I'm sitting here trying to think. I'm sitting here trying to think this whole time.
Can I give you a little tough love?
Yes.
Are you sure? You give me permission, because you know I don't hold back.
Go for it.
Go for it.
I think you do know, but you're not comfortable sharing it. I'm just saying, if you really are like, I do not know, it's because you have allowed yourself to become so busy and allowed so much noise around you that you have lost that part of yourself. And I think sometimes we
Ugh.
distraction. We want to run from it instead of run to it. And when you run from it, like it's holding you back. So, Jennifer,
Powerful.
are you trying to say something, Jennifer?
Oh, I said, wow, powerful.
Thank you.
No, that's deep.
I want you to think about, like, tell me some of your story. Like, I want to go there with you, but I'm worried that it's so sensitive that you're not going to be able to handle it. So I might wait and do this with you at the retreat. Don't not come because I'm telling you this.
Who, me?
No, Brandy.
Brandy. Oh, yeah.
I really want you to take some time to sit alone and think about your story and how many other, because I think a lot of the time we feel like we're alone. We're the only person that has this struggle, right? And so we feel awkward and uncomfortable. And I want you to embrace that, because that thing that you think makes you feel awkward and uncomfortable is probably your superpower. Once you stop running from it and you run towards it, I mean, you will feel so much freer. And that is how you heal as well. Because for me, like, there's a lot of things that I have ran from and hid, like my insecurities, lack of confidence, my weight, having anxiety issues, being an introvert. Y'all, I didn't realize there was I didn't even know the word introvert existed for a long time. I thought it was just me and I was weird. I did not know that there was a whole group of people like me that get overwhelmed in large crowds and are just like, hey, in your face personality. Like, I thought everyone was hey, in your face personality, and I just was not. And then I realized there's a whole heck of a lot of us that are not an in your face personality. And that's okay. That's how God made me. And He made me that way for a purpose. All the struggles I had as a kid when my dad was an alcoholic, every time that my dad never showed up, he was supposed to, every birthday when he promised me he was coming and he didn't show up because he went out and got drunk, like, every single one of those things has allowed me to be in this position to influence others and share that story to make an impact. So those are hard things. They're really hard things. I'm trying to think of some more. Eating disorders. I have had an eating disorder before. When I was a kid, I was called spare tire, Miss Piggy. My uncle to this day still calls me Miss Piggy. Garbage disposal. My grandma one time told my mom that I was stealing my sister's food and my sister was gonna starve because I was eating all of her food. Like, really cruel things at an age when that should not have been something that I was thinking about. And it really, like, crushed me for a really long time. And my mom had made a comment one time, I'm way off track, but I hope you guys can connect this. So, like, this is part of your brand. This is part of your story that I want you to stop running from and connect with. So there was one day that my mom told me that I was going to look like my aunt. And my aunt was severely obese. And I don't even know what she meant by that. I can't imagine her meaning it the way I took it. But I took, like, that was the trigger for me that I started not eating, just starved myself. I ate ice all day long. That was it. Just lived on ice for a long time and dropped a ton of weight. I've never had a healthy relationship with food. I've never had a healthy relationship with nutrition or exercise or anything. If I was exercising, it's because I wanted to lose weight. If I was dieting, it was because I just wanted to get skinny. It wasn't about loving myself enough to want to be healthy. And so like that part of my story, like I'm sure that connects to some of you guys here, I'm guessing. Um, so those stories can be used to inspire others and relate to others and encourage others so they know they're not alone. You struggle with this too. Know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
All right. So if you're selling for more than one item, again, stop branding the company and looking like every day you're talking about this product or that product or both products. Like you start branding yourself and be like, oh, by the way, and you get intentional. So like, oh, by the way, like if you struggle with stress, I sell these essential oils as well. And I'm totally, I can hook you up with those. When you start doing this way, you will recruit more people because they will see that you can do it effectively and not annoy the crap out of people. So I'm not saying you should do more than one company. Don't twist my words. Obviously, the more you do, the more overwhelming it is. And I would challenge you to do one well and then add something else if possible. But if you're doing more than one company, you have to be careful too, because it can look like if you're selling more than one thing, sometimes it can look flaky. Like, what's she doing now? But at the same time, you can position yourself as like, I am an entrepreneur. Like, I am not, like, if you position yourself and brand yourself instead of the products, then it's not like, oh, here she goes again, trying to sell something else. Instead, it's like, dang, she is really smart. Like, if she's going to like these products and recommend them, she might as well get paid for it. And you can too, right? So people are doing affiliate work all the time. I feel like that's what direct sales is. The only difference is with direct sales, you can actually build a team so that you're making money off of their orders and their recruits, et cetera, et cetera. Whereas like being an affiliate for Amazon, I'm not going to be able to, make money off of people, my friends, affiliating work for. Does that make sense? So that's the perk of direct sales versus just doing like affiliate work for Amazon or FabFitFun or whatever those things are. I hope this has helped. Y'all have more questions, let me know. Kids is my passion. So maybe that's something that you start positioning yourself for, Stephanie. You start speaking out and sharing ways to help kids. Maybe that is something, if kids is your passion, maybe you start focusing on give backs for backpacks for kids that you do all year long. I think so many times I shared this on Monday Live, I know I did. We see that something isn't working, like I can't book any parties. So you're like, okay, I'm just gonna quit. If you love the company, why not just figure out another way to be a part of it and still make money? Just because you can't get any parties doesn't mean that you can't still be successful in this business. You just have to do it differently. And so I really want to challenge you guys to look at that. If you can't get any home parties, well, maybe you weren't supposed to be doing home parties. Maybe you're supposed to be doing Facebook parties. If you can't get any Facebook parties, maybe you're supposed to be doing fundraisers. If you can't get any fundraisers, maybe you're supposed to be doing, XYZ. I'm doing bingo parties and Clear the Clutter Club. And my goal is $2,000 a month. Doing those two things and just socially selling in my VIP group, and anyone that wants to have a party, they can. But that's what I'm doing to build my sales and also allow me time to really, like we just signed an offer to sell our house. So we're moving again, like all that craziness is happening. So I don't have time to do home parties or Facebook parties. Parties drive me nuts. And this is where I was struggling. For a long time on Facebook parties, I felt like I just wasn't doing them right. I was overwhelmed with them. I would start them. They would suck. I dreaded doing them. And I was like, okay, well, I need to change the way I'm doing it. I tried that. And, there are ways you can tweak the Facebook party if you are like committed and you really, like if you have a bunch of people saying, hey, I want to do a Facebook party. Hey, I want to do a Facebook party. By all means, try to tweak that and figure out how to make that work. But what I found is I don't even like going to Facebook parties. Like if someone invites me to a Facebook party, sorry y'all, but I'm not doing it because I can't, my attention span is not going to be able to hold long enough for me to do that. So I might order if you message me and say, hey, Melissa, I'm closing my party. Do you want anything? But I'm not going to participate in the Facebook party. I'm just too busy. I don't have time. And if I feel that way, how many other people feel that way? So if they feel that,
Why do I hear her twice?
me? Who do you hear twice? Maybe y'all all hear me twice?
Oh,
No.
Oh, okay. I don't know what Tori's talking about. Maybe that wasn't for me. I don't know. Anyways, we've been on for an hour. I'm going to ask you guys any questions. I don't want to overwhelm you. I just want to help you think outside the box. If something's not working, just figure out a different way to make it happen. Lastly, do you want to make $500 a month? Do you want to make, I screwed this up again. Oh my gosh. Do you want to sell $500 a month or do you want to make $700 a month? Shoot for one of those. Do you want to make 700 or sell 500? You want to sell 500, you're going to make 125. If you sell 2,000, you're going to make $700 a month. I say let's shoot for the 2,000, and that's without being a leader. Now that they've gifted us this, and again, branding yourself is going to be a whole lot easier now that customer specials are gone, or the way customer specials were working. Now that that's done, guys, you can use that to your advantage. Stop looking at it as like, oh my gosh, y'all don't, I don't think do this, but you know, there's a lot of people that's like, oh my gosh, I might as well just quit. They're giving, they're not going to be doing it this way anymore. Use that to your advantage. How many times do you not like the customer special? Pick your passion products that are a little bit more pricey and be like, you can get this for half price with an order of $50. And some people are going to be like, well, it's 50 instead of 35. Pampered Chef, I think, is 70. They have to spend $70 and then get a spatula. Okay. So really think about that. I'm not knocking Pampered Chef because I love Pampered Chef and I will always take another one of those spatulas, but that's just an example. Like Cindy is doing a very good job of positioning us for success. Those of you who want to go all the way, make this happen and make money, build a team, blah, 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 like you can absolutely freaking do this. Like you can do it. Stop looking at how everyone else is doing it and thinking you need to do it like them. Figure out what works for you and own it. Tori says, I actually love the way they're going to do it. I have had many customers express wanting to be able to do anything. Yeah. And the 40% off, discount, y'all, that was not serving any of us. I think that's why, like, I don't know if you know this, but sales are down across the company. And most of that is because we stopped working our business like we used to work our business. Heather says, I'd love to have you tell me more about your bingo club. Be in my VIP group. I'm announcing it tomorrow night or tomorrow. Basically, the bingo club is $20 a month. I'm using PayPal for PayPal's recurring payment option. And so they will, for $20 every month, they get 2 cards. And that $20 goes towards like the bingo prizes every month. And so every month I will do it. And I want to have a club so it's recurring every month. I will do it on the 1st. So as long as they're paid by the 1st or by the end of the month, they get in. So that's how I'm doing the bingo club. No, they don't have to order. They don't have to do this. They don't have to do that. They just pay me $20 through PayPal. And they can actually use their credit card or debit card because when I set the link up, the link will actually, they click on the link and they can use any credit card or they can choose PayPal. So that's what I'm doing, and I'm going to continually do them. I'm going to be launching, I did the Clear the Clutter Club. I did the Clear the Clutter Challenge. I told y'all you are welcome to have any of it. I'm going to be redoing that, launching that every 6 to 8 weeks. So I'm going to be known for two things in my business: a business coach. I do two fun things: a Clear the Clutter Challenge that serves people and helps them organize their home, and two, bingo. How fun is that? Super simple. And they get prizes. So I'll keep you posted. I really wanted to see how it was going to work before I really trained y'all on it, because I want to make sure it works. But I do think that it'll be successful. I need to review all the newness. It starts in March, right? Yes, it does. So, and there's a lot of newness. Tori says, I'm interested in the bingo club as well. Brandy, what?
Yeah, me too.
Okay. Well, definitely just look in my VIP group. I'll be talking about it. Are you in my VIP group?
I don't think so.
So if you guys want to be in there, you're welcome to be in there. You'll see it play out that way, and you'll see me. I will be launching, because the great thing about it is, like the Clear the Clutter Club, I already have all the work done. So now all I have to do is relaunch that every 6 to 8 weeks, and that's a funnel. I'm bringing new people in. There's prizes, there's fun things, and then I say, hey, do you want to join the Clear the Clutter Club and continue this? And the Clear the Clutter Club, $20 a month. Every week they get a challenge to do something for their home, their purse, their car, like taking away all the unused apps on their phone that clears up their memory. Going in and deleting all the dang photos on their phone that, is their kids' noses. Those kind of things, printing the pictures, helping them start documenting the things in their home that are valuable. So if there was ever a fire or a flood, a tornado or a hurricane, like they would have this information instead of just trying to guess. These are some of the things that I will be offering in the Clear the Clutter Club, the weekly challenges. Isn't that a cool idea? Y'all like that idea?
Mm-hmm.
They can do it. They don't have to do it. They're $20 that they pay monthly. Again, it's recurring every month. It's automatically going to take their money. And then if they want out, they can get out. All they have to do is tell me and I'll cancel it. But those $20 is going to go towards a give back campaign. So that's going to help me give back to the community. It's a good cause for them. And then I will do prizes throughout as needed. And eventually, as the group grows, I will let them weigh in on the give back projects. So I thought that was a cool idea. Might use it as accountability. Like all of those who are actually participating in the challenge and like posting and communicating, they can we'll put their names in a drawing and it can go for their school or their NICU unit, and they can be a part of it. Just some ideas. Again, think outside the box. That seem like don't have questions? Do you see now how when you start branding yourself, how much easier it will be to sell more than one thing and not drive everyone crazy? Y'all see that connection? Does anyone on here sell more than one thing? Wendy, what do you sell? You are muted. I'll unmute you. Go. You can talk now.
Just 31.
Oh, I thought you said you did more than one. Brandy,
No.
you do more than one?
Nope. Just 31.
Watching.
Heather,
How long is the thing?
you want me to mute you back?
No.
Oh, sorry.
Let's tell him to go put the kids to bed. Good night.
Can he hear me?
No.
Oh. Okay. Any other questions before we go? I am past time, so I'm ready to go to bed myself. No questions? We good? I'd love to see your faces so I can do a little video for my Instagram. Can y'all turn your faces on? Jennifer, Colleen, can you turn your faces on? I know.
Don't know how.
Hold on, keep it on for a minute.
What I did.
Hold on, I'm gonna ask to start video.
Heather, your daughter's a cutie.
Colleen's face. All right, Jennifer, I requested that you be able to show your face. Are you getting it?
Huh?
If not, it says your name. We'll just let that work.
What work?
What'd you say?
Nothing.
Oh, okay. Oh, it's facing me. Okay, ready? Start waving. Start waving. Oh, I forgot to wave. Hold on. Okay, one more time. Yay! Got it.
Good.
Again,
Very good.
and so I'm going to give you an example. Like this that I'm posting on Instagram is going to show people that I take my business seriously. Like I can post a picture, like you guys could take a picture right now of the screen and be like, showed up, you know, or something like that. Just to remind people that you take your business seriously. What's her name? I'm going to give her a shout out. Remind me, I forget.
Are you asking about my daughter?
Yes.
It's Aubrey.
Aubrey.
Hi.
Hey, Aubrey. She's a